So the mics are live, but I just need another minute to get the live stream going. Did it take a minute?
Yeah, 6 months, 6 whole months since we were.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting.
I mean. Okay. All right, you should be good to go, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, good evening. Tonight, welcome our applicant and all the commissioners. And we'll get started, I guess. And commissioners online, welcome, and any guests that we have who are online tonight. Thank you for coming. So we'll get started with roll call. So Noreen, if you would.
Yep. Commissioner Bashar,
Here.
Commissioner Dunlop,
Here.
Chairman Dunn,
Here.
Commissioner Huel,
Here.
Commissioner Lucas,
Here.
Commissioner Kolakowski,
Here.
Commissioner King.
Here.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Okay, so now we just need to move right into our public hearing. And could we have, Noreen, are you able to read that? Or
I can
should we
read,
have Eric read
No,
it?
go ahead.
I can read it, and then I will also read the public hearing notice as published
Okay,
in the paper. So ZBA 25-2 requesting a variance of 11 feet from section 4.5 table A of the Newington zoning regulations to reduce the rear yard setback from 35 feet to 24 feet for a building addition of 26.2 feet by 16 feet, which equals 419 square feet at 11 Barn Hill Lane in the R20 zone. The owner, Carlisle and Christopher, how do you say your last time, sir? Senikowski. Contact us, Carlisle. The notice ran in the rare reminder on August 21st and August 28th, 2025, as required by state statute, and reads as follows. Zoning Board of Appeals, notice of public hearing September 4th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Notice is hereby given that the Newington Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing in the council chambers, room 103 at Town Hall, 200 Garfield Street, Newington, Connecticut, on Thursday, September 4th, 2025, to consider the following petition.
I can't talk.
ZBA 25-2 requesting a variance of 11 feet from section 4.5 table A of the Newington zoning regulations to reduce the rear yard setback from 35 feet to 24 feet for a building addition of 26.2 feet by 16 feet, which totals 419 square feet at 11 Barn Hill Lane in the R20 zone. Applicant owner Carlisle and Christopher Senikowski. Contact Carlisle Senikowski. This public hearing will be a Zoom webinar hybrid meeting. Information on how to attend will be posted at the town website at link follows. Submitted, Eric S. Hinckley, Assistant Town Planner, CEO. And again, it ran in the rare reminder on August 21st and August 28th, 2025.
The signs were put up
Signs were posted. I visually saw them.
on
We also-
Barn Hill.
On Barn Hill and on Deming Street. They're on the corner, wanted them both. We did get a few calls on it, inquiring about it.
okay. Thank you, Eric.
Welcome.
So now we'll move into having the applicant. You can come up here and join us, and, tell us a little bit more about your application.
You just state your name, address for the record when you get there as well.
Chris Senikowski, live in Barn Hill Lane, lived there with my wife Carly. This is fall 2000.
Thank you. Welcome.
Never done one of these, so if I get it straight, just point back on the
Just,
top.
just do me one favor, just swing the mic a little over towards you. There you go. Perfect. That's
How's
fine.
that?
Yep. I just brought up the aerial overall of the property that's in the box and then just the surrounding area as well. And I believe they have some other attachments that you guys got in your packets. I can bring them up as well as needed.
Thank you.
So the
Your,
package
your
should-
pictures and stuff. So if you want me to bring them up, just let me know.
Yeah, so just a quick, the package should have included an A2 survey. obviously our application, a couple of aerial photos, along with aerial photos and side photos with information written on them. I'll just start off with my letter and we can talk about each part as we go on. We are requesting a variance up to the 35-foot rear yard setback for a permanent structure. The hardship experienced by 11 Barnhill Lane is the orientation of the existing structure on the lot and the elevation changes along the property. 11 Barnhill Lane is shown on the A2 survey, is located on lot number 2. The frontage of lot number 2 was established as Deming Street, which dictated the position of the rear and side yard setbacks. Additionally, lot number 2 includes a conservation and drainage easement in the northwest corner of the existing structure, resides within 100 feet upland review area. Again, that's all shown in the A2 survey. Uniqueness of the property continues with the elevation changes across the backyard and front yard in relation to the existing structure. There's an 8-foot rise in elevation starting from the southwest corner, moving to the northeast corner. That's the backyard. Similarly, there's a 10-foot rise in elevation from the existing shared access driveway upwards to the north corner of the structure. Again, that's shown in the photos we can get to. The south side of the structure includes a sanitary sewer line from the existing structure that extends to the sanitary sewer easement as shown on the A2 survey. The requested variance is to expand the existing structure as shown on the survey. The proposed addition is 16 feet by 26.2. That's the existing width of the house. And would remain at a minimum of 24 feet from the rear yard property line with lot number 6. The elevation of the proposed addition is unknown, but it will not exceed the height of the existing structure, which is estimated at roughly 29 feet above the ground on that side of the lot. The proposed addition will also remove an existing external structure, which is an above-ground pool. The above-ground pool currently resides within that 35-foot rear yard setback and is as close as 13 feet to the shared property line with lot number 6.
I have the photos up. If you'd like to have a little discussion about each
Yeah.
one, that's up to you.
Yeah, that's great. This just shows, again, our Google satellite of our house. It shows some of our underground challenges, including the existing utilities and electrical, which come across my driveway and under the shared. There's also existing sewer line from the house. And again, that's shown to the manhole cover in the A2 survey. So we're kind of starting with some spots that we can't necessarily build a structure over. The next photo down shows the proposed location, not the scale. See the A2 survey, but it kind of shows you with relation to the existing above ground pool. We will be removing a structure closer to our neighbors in an effort to expand. Kind of, on one hand, we'd be encroaching on that 35-foot yard setback. The other hand, we'd be removing a even closer structure. Next photo down. This just, again, kind of shows the layout of the backyard, where that double set of windows is, right there. That's roughly where my sewer line comes out. And exceeds right to the backyard. Again, that shows where the existing above ground pool is. That would be removed in this instance. That is pretty much the only flat piece of the property that we have. Next photo down should be. That gives you a little bit of a orientation of that vertical rise from one side to the other. The next photo down, I think, is the front yard showing similar. So there's the front side of the house, that's like the 10 to 12 foot, I forget what I wrote, vertical rise. Again, challenges to put any sort of structure there. And then the last photo gives an idea of where our electrical panel comes in. Again, where those utilities run along the side of the driveway. And again, it gives you a pretty good idea of that rise from our ground level up to our first floor. So again, just with the topographical changes, the layout of the house, again, we've been in there since 2018, so we were not the initial ones to place that house. And again, the frontage being Deming Street, what we assumed was our side yard, turns out is actually a rear yard. So that's the hardship we're encountering. And
Say that again?
the side yard, I mean, when you look at the house, you think the side of the house is the side yard. But when you look at the survey, that's actually the rear, just with the orientation of the house.
Right.
And across the driveway, what is that, wetlands? Is that why nothing was ever put in there?
Correct. Yep. We own that, but it's protected wetlands. My understanding is the only privately owned wetlands in Newington.
There are a few others.
There are a few others. Okay, I shouldn't speak to that, but I
You
do
guys
know,
live near
yeah.
wetlands.
A lot of people have wetlands
Yeah.
that don't even realize it.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, it is part of our property, but it has its obvious limitations.
Right.
And we own out to Deming Street, so.
So approximately a quarter of your addition would be over that 35-foot line, just judging. you know,
Yeah.
A quarter to a third.
Approximately, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna suggest why not put it off the back, but you'd be in the same situation because the corner of the house is exactly at the 35-foot now.
Mhm.
Correct.
That's probably why the orientation's. the
Can you
way
go
it
to
is.
that overhead that showed the whole neighborhood there? Eric?
Mm.
The,
Can you do that?
if you were to propose off the back as well, you'd be going over the top of that sanitary line as well, coming out.
But
the
that's
back
just a 6-inch plastic pipe. That wouldn't restrict you from building.
I was just thinking in future, having to get to it for whatever reason.
What would be, it's under your basement now, right? It's under your basement floor.
It's in the side.
It
Correct.
comes through the wall.
Mhm.
Well, they would do that again.
Okay.
If you're gonna have a basement, I'm assuming.
I actually was not. We were gonna do a crawl space at most. So we've met with some architects. We haven't actually come up with a plan yet. We wanted to make sure we could go forward with it first.
Okay, so this is the aerial view.
This
showing
is
the
the aerial
neighborhood.
view. This is his
Please
house.
zoom in a little bit. Not too much.
Okay.
Just seeing how close those other houses
Right.
are there.
There, that's noted in my
Right,
staff
so
report.
to the right is that lot, what is it? There was two lots that were the closest. I can't remember the
Right, so the
numbers.
closest lot to the right is
Yes.
approximately 135 feet from existing house to existing house.
Okay.
And then all the other houses that abut it, it's from 135 to 250 feet away to each house.
Mhm.
And
And
yeah,
those-
again, this is the R20 zone, so you have bigger lots, so you have better spacing than in other neighborhoods in Newington.
So what, they're all 20, what'd you say, 20,000 square feet?
They're all R20s, correct?
I don't know if an additional photo came through. I took a bit of a side angle, Google Maps, which kind of gives a little bit of orientation of the house as well. The house on lot 6, which is the closest that would be affected,
Yeah.
actually sits up probably like 15 feet or so. I didn't actually measure it above our property line. So while it is butted up against us, there's a little bit of separation with that rise.
That helps.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mike,
The rear of the property. Well, actually, on Culver Street, how far does your property come to the sidewalk?
You mean to Deming?
Culver,
Culver.
He does not front Culver Street, he
Okay.
fronts Deming.
pardon?
I do not front
You
Culver
don't, you
Street.
don't, you don't own anything up to Culver?
No, my frontage is on Deming Street and my address is Barn Hill Lane, which
Right,
is off
But
of our shared
it's
driveway.
right at that corner, though.
Mr. Donald, if I may, his property is on Deming Street. Culver Street is farther down,
Yeah.
farther
Okay.
to the
It's
south,
closer to the corner of Barn Hill.
but he does own out to the sidewalk
Correct.
on Deming, just to the back of the sidewalk, because the
Okay.
sidewalk is in the town right away. But as he pointed out, that is a conservation easement, which he really can't do
Okay.
anything in that area, and protected
Thank
wetlands.
you. One other question. Do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
2, 4-year-old and a about to be 2-year-old.
And what do they think about removing the pool?
Oh, well, as long as I put another pool in somewhere else, they're okay with it. That's phase 2 or 3 of this endeavor.
And you share that driveway with your neighbor at number 9?
Correct. Actually, there's 3 of us.
They all
on
share,
this.
it's a common driveway
Yep.
between these
It's
3 properties.
9, 11, and 15. We
9,
all
11,
share it.
and this-
Yeah.
Okay.
What, 9 is out on Barn Hill?
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
15 is the last house.
Here's 9, here's 11 in the middle where he is, and then 15 is at the end.
So who owns the driveway? Each one owns it separate. There's
Like
part
it's
that's
a
on
We
common
the
have a-
Right
property.
of way or
Yeah, we have a
something?
responsibility of each.
Right of way.
So the first house owns 20% responsibility. I own 30, and then our last neighbor owns 50%, but it's a right of way. So you can't, do anything with it, obstruct it.
Right.
And upkeep is shared by all all three parties.
When was the last time you had
Plowing
an
and things
argument
like that.
about who's plowing? Or shoveling?
Well, when I moved in, the last house had a plow and he promptly moved out. So, we've shared the responsibility from here on. Luckily, the winters have been mild.
Okay.
It helps having a large snow blower. The actual Deming Street, we didn't realize we had owned 700 feet of sidewalk. That's probably the bigger,
Wow.
that
Yeah,
was
to
the bigger
clear
shot.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I,
Where is there 700 feet?
that's his frontage on.
Roughly, yeah, the frontage, it's not just myself, it's all three neighbors. I was
Oh, oh.
I pasted out one day because I was upset at how much I had a shovel.
so I do have a couple of questions.
Yes,
I was wondering now, I understand you're planning this addition, but I was just curious, is your intention what is it intended for? Should ask it that way, maybe.
this
The
variance,
addition.
yeah, the addition is to expand the house for the growing
But
family.
it's not gonna be like an in-law
No.
or
It's,
something like that, or
mean,
an
just-
apartment?
nope, bare
Okay.
bones, it's gonna be an additional living space for the immediate family,
Okay.
particularly living room, give the kids some space, we get our space.
Oh, okay.
And just, Chairman, if I may, just, so you know, if somebody wanted to put an additional apartment in-law in their house, they would have to get planning and zoning approval.
Okay.
For
I-
that.
I wasn't sure. I thought I asked that. Thank you.
I mean, it looks like they struggled to get that house in to begin with.
Yeah, any other questions?
The
Yeah.
utilities and electrical panel is highlighted. Is that because it would be impossible to move that or like a code violation or
not that I'm-
why couldn't the addition go on that corner?
Not that I'm aware of, I was just kind of outlining where it currently was. I think the bigger challenge would be that rise. Again, we're trying to put an addition that's usable in the living space. That would be basically an addition off the side of the garage. So
So is that a matter of cost that you can't put it there?
I haven't investigated the actual cost of it, but we would be looking at to get it to the equal level that we're looking for. We'd have to build at least a two-story addition. We'd also be removing a deck that is, you know. I don't
So,
call it
but
more
you
living
are
space,
removing
but
the deck, aren't you? That side deck?
This,
The one by the pool would go along
Yes,
with the pool. Yes, I'm
correct.
talking, there's a back
Okay,
deck
right,
that
by the
overhangs.
electrical box
Yep.
over there, right.
So
And this is it a single level or is it double, like, has
the
two
deck
levels?
itself,
No, the addition.
the addition would be, again, it wouldn't exceed the height of the house. We're leaning towards a single floor just for cost,
Yeah,
just on, very rude budgets.
okay.
But I want to
Right
leave it
now,
open.
it's like 2.5 stories, so. But you mentioned on the other side, it would have to be 2 stories, so I thought you were hinting towards you were only going
We're,
1 story there, but.
Yeah.
well,
that's what I
again,
was
the intention of the addition was to get more living space on the 2 levels we do live on,
Mhm.
which is the first floor above the garage, I would say. So on the left, where the pool is, or I'm sorry, on the right where the pool is, those are our 2 main floors. If we decide to go with a 2-story, it would be off of our current dining room, and it'd be off of our current bedroom. Versus if we had to do 2 stories on the opposite side, it would be directly off of our garage
Mhm.
and then 1 off of our living space, which was our original intent. But again, with budgetary concerns, we're not sure if it's gonna be 1 or 2, but it wouldn't exceed the height of the existing building.
sorry, you may want to clarify about where the garage is.
Yeah,
It's at
I'm
the
sorry.
basement, it's at
Underneath,
the
isn't it?
basement.
Yeah,
Yeah, just so you guys are clear, it's that basement
Yeah.
level on that side.
Correct. It's instead of a walkout basement, it's a garage. That, with the aerial view, you can see where our personal driveway kind of comes up at a bit of an angle.
Mhm, yes.
See here in this photo, just so you're clear.
Yeah.
That's all.
right.
Thank you.
The issue I'm having is with section 8.1.3A2, that the literal interpretation of the provisions of these regulations would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in the same zone under the terms of these regulations, and their application will result in exceptional difficulty and unusual hardship to the petitioner. So I do think that exceptional costs could be a reason to grant a variance,
Okay.
but we would need some sort of evidence of that.
I
So if
mean,
you don't have like a comparison of how much more it would cost, it's hard to say that, yes, this is an exceptional difficulty, because it looks like you could fit a 419 square foot addition within the existing setbacks.
And the 419 is the footprint.
That's just a full right. Did not go up any stories. It's typically what we do. So it's, yes,
That's two-dimensional.
right. And then typically it's just like how you list your square footage when the house is for sale. They don't calculate, you know, the height. They just calculate the footprint of the
Calculate
house.
both floors.
Yes, they do 4, yes.
Yeah, we're talking about just the footprint.
Correct.
I mean, just again, with very budgetary numbers in mind, we were quoted 350 a square foot for a new construction, addition off the side of our house. 2 stories was quoted at the same price that we bought our house at. So to add less than 1,000 square feet, that's pretty costly. So I didn't want to go forward with any architects or, you know, hard budgets until we actually knew if we could do this. So
The problem with going off the back of the house, is that you'd be in the same situation, he'd be before us anyway, because that 35 foot is at the corner of the house, and that's about 45 degrees, so it's almost the exact same thing, so. Part of that addition would also be over the 35 feet.
Yes, if they were to put it back here, it'd actually be more of an encroachment more than likely if you pulled it to this corner.
Mhm.
How big is this house compared to the other houses in the neighborhood?
it's very comparable. Actually, the very first house on our shared driveway is, I think, maybe 200 square feet less overall.
So it's already about the same size as.
It's about the same size as that one.
Other
It's smaller than the last house on the,
Yeah, I
On
mean,
the
you can
driveway?
hear, I brought them up, you can kind of get it, just at least a visual, if you look at the surrounding houses, Commissioner Kane.
So is the house on lot 6 about the same size?
no, I would say that is a larger.
Oh, it's larger.
would say
It's
it's
hard to
larger.
see for sure.
Yeah, it's not,
The
you know,
way it's designed, but.
I
okay.
didn't actually look up, you know, any records of square footage, but on
Right.
first view, I would say it is
Okay.
larger. They have my understanding, they have a full usable basement. They have not a detached garage, but a garage off to the side.
Are there any other homes around you that have additions? Just out of curiosity.
I believe the house on lot 4 did a 3-season porch. I don't know if that counts as an addition.
there have, over time, if I may, there have been numerous additions in this subdivision. Some have, as you can see, a lot of the lots are perfectly fine, you know, just because they have enough room to set back. This one, like all 3 of those houses along that, where that conservation easement is, you can see they were intentionally pushed away from the conservation easement and as much out of the buffer as they could be to protect those wetlands, in my opinion. And this was approved in the 90s. I think that was done intentionally and it just created a little, for this particular lot, it's really tucked in there.
Any other questions from the commissioners? Anybody? Okay, so,
May want to canvass your people online
yes.
to see if either one of them have any questions.
Commissioners online, do you have any questions tonight for our applicant?
No, I'm all set, Madam Chair. Thank you.
I also have no questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any guest list?
I can just review my staff report if
Okay.
you'd like, and then
Sure.
we can, if there's
Yeah.
anybody for comment, we can do that.
Right.
And you guys can make a decision. So, the staff report was sent out. This is I'll just reiterate some of the points. This is an 1.5 acres of property. So, and the good, as Commissioner Bashan, I believe, pointed out, you know, 60 to 75% of it is encumbered by regulated wetland areas. I did measure between this house and the surrounding houses, and as previously stated, they're all over 100 feet, 135 to 250 feet away from this existing home. There is a grade differential, as you pointed out. I brought up the contour lines. It's approximately, you know, 10 feet across that backyard. So there is some grading issues. As also stated by the applicant, by adding the addition, you would actually be reducing the encroachment to the property line by removing the pool and those things. It would reduce that from like, 13 feet to 25 feet or whatever it is. So, there'll be stuff will be getting moved farther from the property line. It's,
Can an above ground pool be within the rear lot?
yes,
Okay, so
yes, it's by.
It's not really an
And I
encroachment.
point out here, yeah, it's by pointing out, it is allowable.
yeah, so it's not an encroachment.
It's not an encroachment, no, but it would be reducing whatever is not an encroachment, yes, but structures close to the property line.
Um,
Otherwise, that's pretty much all I have going forward. If this were to be approved, and he had to go through wetlands, he would do that as well if needed, either for the demo of the pool or the construction of the addition. That would, remains to be seen what happens there, but he would have to do that as well as whatever appropriate building permits would be required. Are there any other questions for me?
This house to the east, they just get sent a letter, regular mail as notice? How do we know that they were actually aware of?
We had
what's
signs
proposed?
out for this. Newington does not notify abutters for ZBA applications.
So they
it's in the
might,
reminder too.
they might have just like been on vacation and they might not know this hearing's occurring.
I did speak to them. I have no proof of it, but I did speak to them before I even submitted the application, just out of courtesy for a neighbor. So,
Would they? That's it?
no.
And
They-
so they're
they-
aware?
Yeah, they're aware. I mean, again, it was a personal conversation. I have no proof of it here, but they were,
I
okay
don't
with
have a
it?
reason to disbelieve that.
Nope.
And it
I
was
don't-
published in the rear reminder.
Yeah.
No,
I've never
Oh.
looked at
And I
that.
would also point out that I think we received about approximately 6 calls about the public hearing signs at this location.
Okay.
people
Yeah,
were
if you
very-
tell, okay.
People were very
I trust you.
concerned and interested, but, yeah.
Oh, you have your
John?
hand up?
Who had-
Your hand up?
Yeah, Eric, there's no encroachment or detrimental effect to any of the conservation or wetland area on this particular application?
Not with the existing pool. It's the way that if I may, let me just bring up so here's the existing house on the survey. If you look up, here's the proposed addition. This little dotted line is the upland review line. So as shown, this addition does not fall in it. If there was something else he did, bumped it out or whatever, and they had to dig for a foundation or footing, he may encroach in there. And again, that would be reviewed by the wetland commission and the wetland agent once that application came in. So again, if they had to disturb that area, they would have to go through the wetland process.
If you wanted to add on to the front too. we would.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you.
John, did you?
I
have
was
a
just gonna
question?
say that one thing that we see a lot of applicants do, they actually go to the neighbors. That's what this
Mhm.
last one we were talking about, and she had the whole room filled with people supporting her.
Yeah,
That makes it, that gives you a lot of,
no, I
support, yeah.
agree. I was approached by just about every neighbor who wanted to know what was going on. And when I told them, they were very relieved that nothing was happening with the wetlands. Nothing was going in there, that there was just an addition to the house. Again, I thought if anyone had any issues, they would call or show up, but almost,
Again, I had no negative calls about it, just questions what it was for. And honestly, most people are like, oh, as long as it's not apartments.
Yeah.
And that probably has more to do with the application going concurrently on Kits Lane
Yes.
because
Yes.
And Eric, we're not like on wetlands where we can't make a decision the first meeting, is that correct?
you don't have to make a decision. No, if
No, I'm
you,
saying that we're not forced, we're not forced to delay at one meeting,
no,
like with wetlands.
no,
we
you
can't
can make a decision tonight. Here are your options. If all your questions are answered, obviously you can close the public hearing and you can do one of two things. You can take a vote on it, or you can actually table it and vote on it next month. If there are questions, concerns you guys still have that the applicant that you want more information from, you can leave the public hearing open until next month.
I just have one suggestion, and it's just me, so we could discuss it, what
Well, we're
others,
going into the
others.
work section, right? Does it
You,
make sense
you
to
may
do that,
be, you may
or-
want to make a decision as far as the public hearing,
Okay.
So
but if you guys are still in discussion and you don't know yet, please have the
Go ahead,
discussions.
Jen.
I was gonna say, just for the point that was brought up, it is vacation season, so maybe it's better to just to err on the side of caution, to table it for one, meeting. And then, give people a little more time, and then in that time, this is just a suggestion, but you might get some of your neighbors to write you a letter saying that they're not opposed to it. That would help you, I think. Two things, and this may be more to discuss in the work session, but two things I think is in his favor is, one is this elevation, because Barn Hill goes up, so I believe that that lot, if it's really 15 feet, that's considerable, so I think that is in his favor, and plus, the way the house is kind of kitty corner there,
Yeah,
no one's looking at one wall, you're looking at the corner from, it's facing that property line, so I think that helps a little bit too. But again, just on that, just my opinion, that tabling it might be better.
Okay.
One other question. When were you planning on, subject to approval? If it's approved, when were you planning on starting the addition?
I have an architect coming to the house on Friday, tomorrow, to talk. We've already met with a couple of architects, so I want to go as soon as possible. As soon as they can get a concrete foundation poured, I know they gotta do it before the winter. Get this thing up within calendar year if possible, so.
One other question. I want to clearly understand. There's a house. When you come to that corner, turn right. That common driveway is right there.
Mhm.
The house that sets, the first house actually,
Yep,
and it's hard to see on here. They share that common driveway?
they do, correct.
Now you said there's three people sharing that driveway.
Yep, so that very first house, which is 9 Barn Hill Lane, our second house is 11, and the third house is 15.
Okay, so that's much further back.
Mhm.
Okay. You can't even see it from the road.
No, once
you-
the trees growing, you really can't even tell
Yeah.
our houses are back there.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Okay, any further discussion about this? In terms of delaying or having a vote this evening?
Eric, are you saying that when we go into work session, then we have to make a decision at that point, or it could
No,
still be tabled?
it can still be tabled. You should just make a motion to keep the public hearing open if that's what you
The
choose. to do.
public hearing part of it.
Yes, or to continue the public hearing. That's however,
So if we close the public hearing, and even though we waited another month, then people couldn't come forward and,
they could not
Voice-
offer any testimony, and you
No.
couldn't receive any letters or anything else. You would just have to make your decision.
so for this commission, if you're gonna table it, you should always leave the meeting open.
Anything with a public hearing.
Yeah.
If you need more time, you should always leave the hearing open until you get all the information you're looking for. If, I leave it up to the chairman, may want to canvass the board, see how they feel about it, and then, make a decision going forward, whether you want to close it, table it, or what.
So,
That was just my thought, only because based on what was raised, but again, I pointed out the positive things. When I first looked at it, I was a little more skeptical, but, looking at it, front yard addition is going to be a wetland application, there's no guarantee there. The backyard puts him in, he's gonna be before us just the same. And you're not gonna add on to the front of the garage or the side of the garage, I don't think either, so.
I'm comfortable making a decision tonight. I think, this is on YouTube forever. He said he talked to the neighbor. So I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied with him representing that for everyone. And,
okay, so.
I have no
Peter, You're
further,
okay with it as well?
If we
Well-
delay for additional month, would it cause like what kind of burden would it cause you?
I would say, I don't know the answer to that, but I will say when we started this whole process, our incorrect assumption that our side yard off the side of our house was in fact side and we could have up to 10 feet. We're already kind of behind our own self-imposed schedule. So that's just kind of, up against the winter. It's completely arbitrary, but it's just more of a personal.
So how do you feel?
But yeah, it'd be fun. Closing, doing a decision today.
Okay, and Mike,
I'm all for it.
you're all for having a vote this evening or
Having a
leaving it
vote
open?
this evening.
Okay. Okay, so I think with the,
Before we move on to that point, you should ask to see if anyone is, because the public hearing is still open. There's no public here, but you need to put on the record, you need to ask, anyone wants to speak in favor of or against,
oh,
to see if anybody online or whatever.
Okay.
Just
Could they be watching this and then call in? They can't do that anymore, right?
They could call in, yes.
They could call in?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
so
that option is still
for
available. Rose still calls in.
any public participation.
So this is live right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be.
Okay, so for any public participation, if you would like to comment, this would be the time to do that for the record.
So obviously there is no one in the room. There's one person online. I believe it's Carlisle. So
Okay, hearing none. So based upon the commissioners, it sounds like a majority is in favor of going forward and creating a motion for closing the public participation.
So if you close that, you
hearing.
close the public hearing. That would
And-
be, that would be the motion. All you need right now is a motion to close the public hearing, a second and a vote on that, if that's what you choose to do.
So I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second it.
Okay. Thank you. All
And just
right,
get a vote.
and so we just do we have to go a roll call
Vote to
for
close.
that, or just?
You can just do a voice vote on that.
So all in favor of closing the hearing?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay.
Online, do we need to check with them?
No, because they are not seated.
Okay. Right, they're all.
Okay.
Okay, so next we would go into.
Next, we have public participation
right,
on non-agenda items. Obviously, there's no one in the room and no one online has their hand raised.
Okay.
Strike that
all
and you
right.
move into the work
Work
session.
session,
You can probably just go sit back down first over there.
thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so we can open it up for discussion. So,
And you can include all your
I have no more
commissioners.
questions.
oh, yes, okay, so commissioners online, we're now at the open discussion for the work session, so if you'd like to enter a comment or a question, let us know. Okay, any commissioners here present? Do you have any questions or any comments, further comments on this
Yeah, I'll start.
application? Okay,
Like I said, I think there's enough of a hardship and like I said, when I first looked at it, I was a little more skeptical. But there's a few things that work in his favor and because of those other hardships. I didn't feel that the sewer line was a hardship, but then when I looked at where the yard offset is, it would be the same application he'd be here for, so that wouldn't make any difference. So, yeah, I'm fairly comfortable. And that elevation change, if it's accurate.
Yeah, I pulled up the contour lines from the NBC and just scale it. So yeah, it's approximately 10 feet.
I did review it too, and I felt that, first I was skeptical, but after hearing the applicant and also looking and discussing this further with my questions answered and my understanding that, the pool would be removed and the addition is still, is adds to the setback. In other words, you're not building out to the 35 feet, you're going at like 24, I think it was. So, I'm comfortable with that. Any other comments,
No.
questions?
Plus that 24 feet only encompasses a portion of the addition. It's not the
Yes,
entire
Correct.
width of
It's just the
addition.
corner.
Yeah.
So like,
Yes.
like plants, you just basically have a little triangle that would be
Yes.
encroaching.
right.
There are several things working in the applicant's favor. There's extensive wetlands on the property. The house is clearly positioned in a way to accommodate the surrounding houses and the shared driveway. This is an R20 zone with a 35-foot setback, but because of the wetlands, this is more akin to a lot in a like a R12 or R7, which is a 30-foot rear yard setback. So if we look at it in light of that, this is a little bit less of an ask. And then additionally, the orientation, it does look a lot like a side yard, which is 10 feet. So 35, 10 feet, split the difference. 22 and a half, we're at 24.4. I think it's, yeah, it's marginal, but I think it's within the realm of what we're allowed to approve.
I did leave you draft motions. You can choose to use those motions. You can choose to do your own if you
Okay, so
choose to do so.
I think we're all set with all the comments and, right? So, I guess we need a motion if we want to, close the.
The public hearing has been closed, so now it's either a motion to approve or deny.
Right,
And then
I'll
you
make a
would-
motion to approve. I think that's where we're all going here.
so he should read.
He should read the motion
read
to
the
approve.
motion.
You want me to read it?
Yes.
Yes, if you're going to be the motioner.
I move to grant an 11-foot variance to reduce the required rear yard setback at 11 Barn Hill Lane from 35 feet to 24 feet to allow a 26.2 by 16 building addition to the existing primary structure. This variance is for the addition only and does not reduce the entire rear yard setback to 24 feet.
Okay, I need a second.
And I would second that.
Okay, so, can we get a
This will be a roll call vote,
roll call?
please,
Okay.
on the seated members.
Commissioner Bashir,
Yes.
Commissioner Donald,
Yes.
Chairman Dunning,
Yes,
Commissioner Kolakowski,
Yes.
and Commissioner King.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
thank you. Okay, so now we go into, approval of the previous minutes. correct?
That would be correct. I think you're welcome to go, Chris. You will be getting a notice of approval in the mail. Once you get that, bring it back to the town clerk's office, record it on the land records. Let me know what that recording information is. You should be able to go moving forward with your plans.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Have
Have
a
a
good
good
night.
evening.
Yeah, so we are in the, yes, approval of the minutes from the
Approval of the
prior
minutes
meeting.
From March 6th, 2025, that were in the packet. So we need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from March, the March meeting.
Need a second?
I would second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any, none opposed, including online, all in favor? I guess they're alternates, they don't need to.
No, they can vote.
Alternates
Aye.
in favor. Okay, looks like Bill. Lucas? Lucas, did you? I didn't hear you.
Yes, sorry.
It's
just
okay.
one quick question for
Yes.
clarification. Did you abstain since you weren't here?
Yes. That was
All right,
going to.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. All right. Next we have communications and report. Eric?
Don't think there's much communications and reports. We will meet again next month because I just received an application today. So you'll be getting all that stuff. So hey, we're getting back in, ready to roll. So we'll definitely meet in October. There's still another one or two people I've discussed potential variances with that may come in the future as well. So we could be busy to ride out the year.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know. We will obviously definitely meet in December just because we have that setting of the meeting dates, or maybe it's January, setting of the meeting dates and the election of officers and all that stuff. So we'll definitely be meeting next month. And then I will keep you informed going forward.
How come new business is listed down here after we've already heard all it and approved it?
Yeah,
It's always like that though.
yes,
because
you,
we read it
we could have
twice.
just had the work session and moved it down to new business. It's fine.
So then we can go right into old business, right?
You can and. Yep, so,
So typically we'd have a work session, then do like minutes and all those things and then come back to it. to vote.
yeah.
But it doesn't matter though, right?
I just followed the agenda.
Yeah.
Do that. Vacation reports.
That's my rule. Okay. So.
I don't think it hurts anything doing it that way.
Just the way that the agenda goes.
I just follow the
it's-
agenda.
Yeah, it's odd. I mean, if. To be clear, since we are under new business again, we can certainly redo that vote
Or just,
for the record.
just confirm what we already.
So
Yep,
just have someone read it for the record.
if
Is
you'd
that
like,
necessary?
yeah,
Okay.
it would just to be clear, that's fine, under new
Okay.
business.
So in the future, we just have to remember after work session, we don't vote right away.
Right.
Or we move that agenda item up.
Correct. Yes, usually we close the public hearing and move it to new business
But we
when
can,
we do that.
but we
And I
can-
understand.
we can move it up right after work session too.
We could.
So John, would you like to read the petition again and
I-
just, or
Is it necessary or should we just
Necessary.
all confirm that what's occurred here? It's on the minutes and
Yes, it
we
is.
did approve that, we did approve that application.
Yes, we
We
did.
only had one application, so
Yes.
it's
That's
not that
correct.
complicated,
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Is that adequate, Eric?
That should be fine.
Okay.
Thank you. There are no old business this evening.
No? So can we get a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, we haven't seen each other in so
Okay.
long. It's like
All
too
right.
quick.
We're adjourned.
Did we vote on that formally?
Aye.
Everyone in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay. you know.
Just as a point of information,
All right,
the,
hold on. All right.
Vietnam Memorial Wall, the traveling wall, is gonna be